Hey, what's up guys? So this is the Rocky Mountain Radar Judge 2.0. It's a $400 detector and it is terrible. Now, I've done a complete review of the original Rocky Mountain Radar Judge already. It's one of their detectors that's supposed to offer scrambling capabilities to prevent a police radar gun or laser gun from being able to acquire your speed. It doesn't work at all. I've tested several Rocky Mountain Radar detectors already, and it's always the same result. Now, for my complete review of the original Judge, I'll just link that down in the video description so you can check it out. Now, this is the Judge 2.0. It's the same thing as the original Judge, but with a few changes. There is no USB port available here on the detector, and so you can't just plug it in for updates. And so they basically gave it a small firmware update and called it the 2.0 instead. Now, these changes basically do a couple things. They allow you to turn different bands on and off. There's some filtering options, things like that. So I figure, since I've got one here on hand, we'll just throw it up on the windshield and take a look at the detector if you're not familiar with it, and just kind of run through some of the different menu options. All right, and let's get started real quick by powering on the detector and watching its really, really long startup process.
Rocky Mountain Radar. X-band. K-band. Ka-band. Laser.
So that was really long. Now, to be fair, you can turn off the self-test feature and it's going to give you a faster boot up. But, well, actually, speaking of which, let's go ahead and dive into the detector. Now, starting off, we got a couple buttons here on top of the detector. The first one is going to be our menu. And let's actually run through those real quick. So the first one, we've got our voice, which we can turn on and off. So we've got two buttons here to go kind of left and right through the menu, and these two buttons will allow us to change the different settings. So let's see.
Voz en español. English voice.
So this is funny. If you look on Rocky Mountain Radar's website, they actually advertise that they've removed X-band detection altogether, and this is supposed to help improve the detector's performance, which is why it's kind of weird that they actually have X-band here in the menu in the first place. So again, just another thing that they claim, which doesn't make any sense, but whatever. So X-band, let's keep going. K-band, cool. So now we have the option to turn these bands on and off. Laser detection. So this is new. We've got K wide and K narrow, and same thing for Ka band, just like we've got now with many other detectors. We've got our K band filter, TSF, voltage meter. I believe this is new as well. So just display the voltage if you like. Here we go. The scrambler feature. It ships off by default, and you need to go in here and turn it on in order for it to function. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, this is the feature that's designed to scramble a police radar gun or laser gun and prevent it from getting a speed. Again, it doesn't work at all in practice, but that's the menu option, kind of the big one that Rocky Mountain Radar advertises. Moving on, we've got our self-test. Can turn that off just to get a faster startup. And then we can factory reset everything. And that's it. So not a ton of options here in the detector. Then coming back here to these buttons on top, the menu is just going to go into the menu like we just did. We have a brightness option.
Dim. Dimmer. Dark. Bright.
Great. It's labeled dim on the display. We have a mute button.
Mute on. Auto mute. Mute off.
So a couple different muting options. And then finally, highway mode and
City. Highway.
city mode. And then over here on the side of the detector, we have our volume controls and kind of on-off dial. And that's about it. It's a pretty simple detector. It's $400, very overpriced for what it is, but you're really kind of going for Rocky Mountain Radar scrambling stuff, which, as I've been very clear about, is a complete scam and it doesn't work at all. So this is not a detector that I would recommend ever, but because we've got one here on hand, I figured we'd just kind of run through it and play with some of the different menu options. So anyway, yeah, that's just a quick look here at the Rocky Mountain Radar Judge 2.0. Thanks for watching. Hope you guys are doing well, and I'll see you in the next video.